Moving right along, we're going to do Form 101-2 on page 401 in your text. Opening from within GDP to take note of any special alerts. Be sure you're familiar with correspondence templates and, again, disregard any header or footer codes that are marked in your scored document. Let's be sure that our form is named Form 101-2 and when we finish, and go to the word processor. That seems to be the name already at the top of the bar. So we're going to use the pre-selected blank letter template that has opened automatically and follow the steps in Lesson 101 in the word processing manual. The company name, which we will click and select company name here, should be Global Web Resources. Just highlight it and then begin typing. That way you'll keep the same formatting that the original text had. Type each line of the return address on a separate line. It should be similar to the arrangement you use for the inside address, but click up here in the right-hand corner to do that. It is as follows in step 5. Use the default spacing provided between the date and the inside address and type the rest of the information into the template as indicated in the copy using standard business letter format for a block style letter. On the date, again, we're going to need to delete this whole field until you don't see any gray area indicating a field, but just white blank space on the page. Then type June 23rd, 2010. Click the field indicated to type the recipient's address. Change the greeting to Dear Ms. Kubo. At the end of the first paragraph, I'm going to show you that this time pressing enter once does work in this template to insert extra space. So if I press enter one time, I can begin the next paragraph immediately. To be sure that you see the effect of this template again between paragraphs, I'm going to press enter just one time to begin the last paragraph. Okay, now sincerely is already in the template as a complimentary closing. So we're going to click here and type the name individual, then click here and type her job title of Vice President. Then note what happens if we press enter twice. We have too much space for the reference initials, and so that is why step 8 is telling us, if necessary, press Shift plus Enter 2 times after typing Vice President to position your reference initials correctly at the left margin and with just one blank line after Vice President. So that's what we're going to do, Shift Enter twice. And then your own reference initials, press Shift Enter one more time to type enclosures. Now, 2 tricky things about this template. When you use the salutation field, there is a space inserted after the colon, which is counted as an error and you are expected to take out. But it is very difficult to do. You can't get on the right side of it and backspace. You need to get in front of it and click delete. The same thing is true of the complimentary closing sincerely with an extra space there. Okay, once your letter looks like this, return to GDP and I will show you how GDP is counting 3 errors that are really not there. Okay, see 3 errors. But if we scan through our document here, you will notice no red, blue, or green until we get to the header, which it alerted us about. There are 3 errors counted for this date, and we are to disregard those. So when you return to GDP, correct your errors to 3.